In this video, we're going to show how to use Rota setup to create a rota for your care home using the set patterns by position. When creating your Rota setup, we click Shift Group, and this then creates the different group positions, how you want your rota to be split up. You would then click Add Shift Pattern, which adds positions for each shift group, and then by clicking on each job position, you can then create a pattern for each position. In the length field, it is the number of days in your rota repeating pattern. So for instance, if you had 4-week rota, it would be 28 days, etc. The total number of rota hours that's displayed for each position would be the number of hours worked within the length specified within the rota settings. Also, for each day period, it will show the number of staff on shift and the number of hours worked. CoolCare works best with set shift patterns. However, other reasons to do this are staff know what shifts they're going to work well in the future, can plan their lives accordingly. Changes to the rota are minimised, and it should only then change for things like absence, holidays, sickness, training, etc. The fewer changes you have day to day makes it much more efficient and saves you time. Patterns are set to match your budgeted hours, and this makes it easy to monitor and control costs. Patterns can also ensure staff work in mixed groups, preventing cliques forming and having preferred working colleagues. Before creating your rota, you must make sure that all positions in your care home have been set up. And for each position that you use in your care home, there should also be the shift definitions, which are the times of the shift that everybody works. These will appear in a pick list when you're creating your rota. Therefore, if one's missing, you would need to come out of your rota to create the definition and then go back in to finish off your rota. Once this is done, click on Rota Setup, and first of all, you decide when you want the shift pattern to start and how many days the rota length would be. First of all, you must set the day that you wish your rota to start. This must be in the future, and I'm going to choose Monday the 26th. For the rota length, you set the number of days over which your rota will repeat. Here we only have a 2-week rota of 14 days. If it was 3 weeks, it would be 21 days. 4 weeks, 28 days, and so on. Select Save, and your rota is now ready to put the information onto it. If you click on Settings, you will see that the length and the start date that you previously entered is here. If you wish to change this, you could do, and then click Save. First of all, you're going to add the shift groups. Here, we're just going to have 2 shift groups, the first one being care, and the second one being ancillary. In each shift group, you need to add the number of positions that you wish to have within your rota. By clicking on Add Shift Pattern, it then shows all the positions which you have in the care home. Here, we're going to add 2 seniors and 6 care assistants. Simply select and save until all have been created. And in the other group, we're going to create for domestics. Obviously in your care home there will be a lot more shift groups and a lot more positions. However, this gives you an idea of what we need to do. To create a pattern for each position, simply click on the position where you wish to apply the pattern to. If the first shift is going to start on week 1, day 1, you would just leave the settings as they are. If you wanted to start all of the patterns on week 2, so the 26th of November, if that fell on week 2, each pattern you would need to change this to week 2. Here, day 1 would be set as Monday the 26th. If you wanted to start your pattern on a different day within the week, so for instance, if you put 4 in there, the pattern would start from a Thursday and then wrap around until you had the 14 days. Here, we're just going to create week 1, day 1. Add the number of days at any particular pattern and select the definition. See, we've got 3 days, early, 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Add another row, 3 days off. Add another row, 1 day at 9 to 1400. Here we've added 7 days. It fits the length. If this pattern repeated every week, then we could just keep it like this. In this case, we need to carry on and put all 14 days in. So 5 days off. Two days at 9 to 1300. The 2-week pattern is now set. There's no warning to say that it does not fit. Click Save. And this will then set the pattern for that particular position. This position shows Rota hours as 28 hours over the 2 weeks. As it's a 2-week pattern, this means that it is 14 hours per week on average. You will now create the rest of the patterns. So here we will have 3 days off, 2 days 9 to 13, 2 days off, 2 days 9 to 17, 2 days off, 'Once you've checked that the pattern length fits and that you've created the right shifts within it, click Save. And again, this pattern will be created. Here I've carried on creating all of the shift patterns for all the positions. Once you've checked these, you are now ready to apply it, which will then become the working staff rota. If you find any errors during checking, you can simply click on the position and create a new pattern. If you want to get rid of a position, you could just delete the shift by clicking on the X. If you want to get rid of a group, you can just click the dustbin to get rid of a group, as long as there is no positions within that group. Once you have checked the rota and you are happy that it's correct, you are then ready to apply it. Remember, when you apply changes, it will put the rota to start from the date that you have put in the settings. Once you've applied changes, you cannot unapply these. You can create another rota or another draft rota and apply it, but it would have to be at least a day in the future to the rota you have previously applied. So it's very important you check for accuracy. Click on the Apply Changes button. You will get it prompted again for the date of the first shift. In this case, we're going to click on the 26th of November and then select Save. You will then get a message to say this is a disruptive change, and it will have an irreversible effect on the actual rota. If you are certain that you know what you're doing and that it is right, click on I know what I am doing, and then select Make Disruptive Change. Once you do this, it will open up the staff rota, and then from Monday the 26th, this staff rota will then be ready, assigned to staff. This will be shown in the staff rota video.